Hello and welcome back to our wonderful beta patch 1.3.0 that will be released alongside War Sales when it's ready. And well, we're currently doing a little bit of betraying right now. I have decided to leave the Southern Empire and indeed attack them instead. You know, so it's kind of like a reverse Empire Strikes Back. Instead of and it's not that. It's us striking them. Across the face with a gauntlet or a salmon or something along those lines. We have a wow, look at this. You know, sometimes this game is actually extremely pretty. As you can see right here. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. Like you can just see that, like, the sun shafts obviously here, but you see the sun shaft coming through the trees. It's so yeah, it's very nice. Sometimes it really is looking very good. All right, so let's get ready, shall we? This is actually a vassal that does have the potential to be extremely dangerous. Because this guy actually has pretty good composition. He's got a decent composition, and he actually, for some reason, I'm not entirely sure why, but the combat strength has changed dramatically from when I looked at it on the world map. Maybe I don't know, maybe I didn't see that right. But from what I saw, he was far and away stronger than we were. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, well, let's kill this guy. He went flying. Oh, I love it. I love it. Absolutely amazing. That is exactly what we want. That is exactly what we want every single day of the week. All right, so let's see. Where are the enemies? Because we're looking in the sun right now, which is actually hilarious. Alright, so I'm actually just going to wait here for a little bit of time. I'm just going to see what the AI decides to do, because I'm kind of intrigued. I kind of want to see if they are going to come over here. I'm going to take a note of how long this is actually taking as well, by the way. I'm speeding this all up, by the way, so I have no idea how much I'm speeding it up by, but from my perspective, it feels like we've probably been waiting for, yes, 6 minutes. I was going to say 5 minutes, but yeah, 6 minutes. That's actually kind of crazy. So let's do a little bit of moving, shall we? Let's move forward and see what we can do. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe bait the opponent slightly. But I do have to be careful, because obviously these are Empire troops, so they have the potential to have very good archers. Ooh, that was a close one. Ooh, yeah, that was really close. Unfortunately for me, I missed. Yeah, that's also a miss. Yeah, how are we doing here? Well, how are we doing? Yeah. So this is, oh yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. We've got people coming in on their mounts, and they are actually pretty damaging. They can be pretty damaging for us. Ooh, there you go. That was unfortunate. Not a particularly good hit right there, but that's okay. Our forces should have a pretty easy time of things. If Nevik does not get himself killed for some reason. I don't even know how he died from that. I guess he does have a two-handed, so it does make sense that he is going to be a little bit weaker in regards to defense. Ooh, wow, that feels like that literally just traveled right through that guy, but no, apparently not. We did hit him for 439 headshot damage, though, which is exceedingly nice. I like that. Now, what we're going to do is, because I'm extremely low in HP, I'm pretty much just going to kind of get out of there. I kind of wanted to just try to bait the opponent into attacking us, but apparently they're really super hardcore wanting to skirmish, which is kind of weird to me. But I guess that is the smart thing to do. That is definitely the smart thing to do. It's kind of unfortunate that I am so low in HP now. Okay, let's see if we can do something here. Yeah, that was bad. Oh well, never mind. Okay, my forces are starting to murder a little bit. Oh wow, how did he block from behind? Did you see that? That was actually insane. What? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting. I have no idea how that guy actually blocked me from behind, but yeah. Anyway, cavalry are charging. That's okay. Infantry are hopefully charging. I mean, we should be completely fine here. Yeah, as you can see, we are completely fine, thankfully. I was a bit worried about that for a real quick second, but yeah. No, we're fine. We're okay. But I gotta say, very surprising things being done by the AI there. They really did actually a very, very good job. I could have obviously played that better by not getting myself murdered. And you know what? I'm actually going to do that for the remainder of the episode, okay? For the remainder of the episode, we are going to try and stay alive as much as we possibly can. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about. As you can see, they had Imperial Elite Cataphracts, they had some Legionaries, Elite Manavliatons, and so on and so forth. So they are actually looking pretty good, pretty dangerous, actually, all things considered. So we're just going to take those. I'm not going to take too many because I don't want to be too slow. I don't want to be running around like a, I don't know, bowl of treacle or something. You know, we don't want to be super, super slow here. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Okay, this is interesting. As the dust of battle settles, you see a group of women tending to the wounded. They explain that they are the servants of hope. Mendicant sisters pledge to assist the afflicted in the hope of winning mercy from heaven. They offer to accompany your party for a few days and tend to your men's wounds, asking nothing in return. Alright, so what does this actually give us here? Okay. This basically gives us pretty much only good things, because party becomes disorganized. This is the funny thing. As far as I'm aware, I don't think the disorganized state is in the game at the moment. But the funny thing about this is that even if it was in the game, I don't think I would have too many problems with actually selecting this option. You know why? Because we've just exited a battle, and so technically we are already disorganized, so, you know, it makes no sense. So I am literally just going to say yes to this, and we're going to see where the nearest healed 0, it said, did you see what it just said right now? It said healed 0 wounded troops. Did you see that? Is that just me? No. I think if you reverse the video, if you rewind it, you'll see that it did say healed 0 wounded troops. I'm not hallucinating. At least I hope not. Yeah, but that is obviously a bit of a problem, because apparently it didn't give me that, or did it? Well, now I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, now I don't know, you see. That's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, let's go over to Akalat. And we are actually going to have a bit of a problem at some point, because what we are going to need to do is we are going to need to return to Botanian territory at some point, or at the very least we're going to have to try and see if we can get additional noble troops. But what kind of noble troops do we want to get? That's the question. Do we have too many ranged people right now? Is our composition too focused on ranged characters? And the question probably is, well, I mean, yes. I mean, the answer is to that question is probably yes. So we should probably do something about that. But first of all, I am just going to sell all of this. 11,000. That's very, very nice. Now, I actually want to try and see if we can maybe sell some things here. I might be... maybe I'm... Let me actually just see here for a real quick second. So if I sell this, that's good. If I sell this... That's also good. Okay. I have to be very, very careful here, which is a bit problematic. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of some food. Let's have 100 of each, I guess. Something like that, because we have way too much as it is. 130 days worth. I mean, craziness, right? So yeah, there's 18,000 that we're getting from that. And we are much less in terms of our inventory capacity, which is really, really nice too. And we are still keeping up nomadic traditions, as well as footmen on horses and all that wonderful stuff. So that's exactly what we wanted. So great, right? Yeah, that's wonderful. So I think what we should probably do... see, now this is one of the things that I feel like could have been done a little bit differently in regards to the base game. And I'm talking about mostly the noble troop selection. Right? So noble troop selection. So what do we have generally, right? What do we have? Let's just go through it very, very quickly right here. So Crusade, we got horse archers as nobles, right? Horse archers as noble troops. Then we have the Empire, which have the Imperial Elite Cataphracts, which obviously that's heavy cavalry. Then we have the Aserai, who have what? Heavy cavalry again, right? Yeah, I think they have heavy cavalry again, or something like that. Then you have the Vlandians, and what do you guess? Yeah, they have heavy cavalry again. And then you have the Sturgians, who have heavy cavalry, I think, again, right? Let me actually just check that real fast, because I'm a little bit unsure about that. Where are they? Or is it these guys? No, no, it's definitely not these guys, that's for sure. Yeah, so as you can see, it will be these fellows. Yep, as you can see, heavy cavalry once again. So the only people with any kind of variation are the Battanians, which I have to say I'm a little bit saddened by, to be honest, with the exception of obviously the Crusade, because the Crusade do have some horse archers, and they are relatively fine. I mean, you know, they're okay. You don't have to super worry about, you know, them being immobile or anything like that, and they can be extremely effective. Question is, do we want to recruit any of their horse archers? That is the big deal here. Do we want to actually do that? Sure, why not? Let's try it out, shall we? Let's try it out. Considering we are in their territory and we are a mercenary of theirs, we might as well take advantage of the fact that we can recruit them for basically no time. You know, it's very easy for us to do that. Let's see. Chaikant has way too many villages, and there we go. There's the other one up there. Okay, yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. I feel like it's a bit strange, you know? It's a bit strange. That's the reason why whenever I play some mod like, I don't know, if I play Pendor, for example, which obviously is a warband mod, it's not a Bannerlord one, but if I play Pendor, I always just go, yes, this is actually cool, because they do have some variation in regards to what you're going to get in the noble troop lines, which is always fun. At least in my opinion. Okay, so we're just going to continue recruiting here. We got so much space, actually. We got so much space. Actually, kind of crazy. Let's go over here to this this village here. We're actually getting some really nice relation. I mean, basically, this is our nice guy playthrough right now, isn't it? Because we are basically always getting people, you know, that we could take prisoner, but then we decide to let them go. So I guess we are actually just being nice to everyone right now. We're being kind to them, which is fine. You know, kindness is always a good thing. However, I'm not entirely sure if that is going to benefit us in the end, but I can hope that it will. So I guess we'll just see. We'll just see what happens, because it's been a while since I've actually done something like that. You know, usually I will let a couple of people go, at least in the initial stages, just because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet. And also, if you do take some people prisoner without the appropriate perks, it basically makes, well, very little difference. It doesn't really do much for you, because at that point, people are going to escape. Eventually, you know, it's just a matter of time. Whereas the way that we are doing things when we have the perks, then it's different. Then you can basically capture people and they will never ever escape from your army, which of course is extremely powerful if you do it in the right way. Now, I would like to get my medicine skill to 75. Once we get our medicine skill to 75, everything is going to just be turning up roses. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? This is an actual vassal. This is a major vassal right here. What does he have? Recruits? All right. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you, buddy. All right, let's do this. Yeah, he's not looking good whatsoever right now. We're gonna have to take the fight to him pretty dramatically here. Now, I do have an insane amount of. Wait a minute. Why are these considered? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to... There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see. See, there you go. That was the issue. I was thinking to myself, what's actually going on here? Why do I have horse archers and infantry in the same formation? That's absolutely terrible. That is probably one of the worst things that we could do. Technically, actually, what we could do... that's actually not going to work anymore. Oh, well, never mind. What I could do, though, is I could do cavalry and horse archers. I think cavalry and horse archers would probably be pretty fun. So we can put all of them in there, and we can even switch them around now. So actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's put cavalry and horse archers there. Let's put cavalry there, and then we'll put horse archers here. Generally, I don't tend to do any of this customizing or anything like that. Let's actually remove that. Let's actually remove these. I don't even need these, right? I just need these right now. That's what I need. And let's actually see what we can do. I'm actually going to put him on here, and we are going to be the cavalry person because I actually have some riding skill, because no one else does really. Pelisor could actually give more archer benefits than Brynja does at the moment, so he's going to be that person right now. Alright, so let's have a look. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay, so let's put this in a loose formation, as we always do. And we're going to have to get our forces out the front there. But now, this is the really cool thing. We've got our horse archers looking very, very nice right now. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind, these guys are extremely low level. They have pretty much, well, no deadliness whatsoever. As far as I am aware, they have basically no threat at all. They will immediately get themselves killed. They have no shields. They have, you know, basically no damage output either. So what we need to do is we kind of need to babysit them a little bit. You know, we need to make sure that they are as healthy as possible for as long as possible, get them as much experience as we possibly can, and indeed then create an amazing, thunderous army of crazy cool, you know, horse archers as best as we can. Unfortunately, we are seemingly going to have to move forward here. Not exactly what I wanted to do. Generally, not a good idea. But what else can I do, right? What else can I do? So we're going to have to do a little bit of something here. Yes, we're going to have to do this. I will go for their cavalry. Ooh, that would have been a kill very, very easily right there if I'd actually just hit that. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me and my thrown weapons these days. Sometimes I'm like on the money really, really nicely, and other times it's just like, whew, yeah, that's a big miss. Yeah, oh well, never mind. We've only used 3, so it's not that bad. Let's get our archers up here, move our infantry as well. Okay, let's see. I wonder if I approach from the back. If I approach from the rear, can I do something? Or not? Or not? There's one. Okay. Really? Really? 6 shots, 1 kill? That is not good enough. That is not good enough. Thank you very much. Where are my forces, by the way? Oh, they're running straight through. Oh, that's not a good idea. Yeah, that is not a good idea. I thought they were actually going to be following me 1 for 1, but they didn't do that. They actually ran straight through the enemy's forces, which, as you can quite clearly tell, is now resulting in them being killed. But that's okay. We don't really need to worry about that too much. Generally, these guys are very low level, as I've said. They're not going to be difficult to replace. But it would be nice if they wouldn't die randomly. So, hello. Is this one of me? Yeah, this is one of ours. Never mind. Ow. Alright, that was a headshot. Oh, that was funny. Alright, well, this is going to be kind of interesting because my horse archers are just going to get absolutely murdered by the enemy's archers. And my archers are just literally going to stand there the entire time while the horse archers randomly skirmish, as you can see right here. Just back and forth, getting themselves killed. Now my archers are finally going in, and you can see the damage that is being dealt. You see? This is, I think, one of the main problems with the AI that still doesn't seem to have really been addressed. It seems to... yeah, they seem to take too long, you see. They're a bit too hesitant when it comes to actually attempting to attack. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Because you'd think, oh yeah, we've got an amazing advantage right now. You know, in this case, you know, we had a pretty large advantage. And yet, he decided... I mean, the AI decided basically not to do anything. They just stood there while our horse archers took massive casualties. And, well, now we do have a couple of them that can level up, and we do have... yeah, we do have some horses, I suppose. Actually, that... I forgot about that, actually. Yes, that brings it to the next point here. We need to find some war mounts. Yes, we need to find some war mounts. That is actually going to be extremely important. I actually don't know whether I have any. Because I don't want to use my noble mounts. We have very few. Yeah, we have very few war mounts. So we're going to have to do something about that. Let's actually see. Are there any... I don't see any horse villages right now. There's one over there. Is that it? Are you serious? That is so strange to have primarily horse-based faction, and they just go, yes, we're going to only have 3 villages that generate horses. Yeah, that does seem to be the case, actually. There's one over here. If there is a task here, I'm probably going to do it, just purely so that I can get access to more people. That's hopefully going to make a big, big difference for us. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the lack of war mounts. Obviously, that is indeed a base game thing. Sometimes total conversions will remove the requirement for war mounts, which is insanely good, by the way. That's really, really nice in my opinion. Ah, hello. We have another random event. As you enter the village, some of your men tell you that they found a group of what look like wild apple trees in full bloom by a stream. Ah, I see. We've seen this. Okay, so we've seen this random event before. So I'm hopeful that there's not only, you know, I don't know, 20 or 30 total random events. I hope there are at least 100 different random events, maybe even more than that. Because, I mean, no offense, but I think that the game needs that. I feel like the game really, really needs an element of, you know, freshness added to it. So having an increase in the amount of randomness that happens, I think that's fantastic. Okay, so we'll increase morale. There we go. And, look at this. We have gained the generous trait. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. What does this do? Generosity represents your loyalty to your kin and those who serve you, and your gratitude to those who have done you a favor. Okay. But the question is, what does this give me? You see, that's the question. What does this actually give me? Because it doesn't feel like this actually gives me anything at all. It seems to just give me I don't know, a little badge on my profile that doesn't really do much. It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like a Discord badge or a Steam badge or something like that. It just goes on your profile and looks nice, and that's it. I'm not entirely sure if that is the point of it, but yeah. Oh dear, we're having some problems with the war mounts by the looks of things. Actually, you know what? I think probably the best way, which is gonna sound hilarious, to be honest, but I think this kind of speaks volumes as to how broken the requirement for war mounts actually is, because look at what we have here. I literally just picked up, how many? 7? Yeah. I just got 7 war mounts by going to 3 horse villages, right? So now the thing is, I personally believe that the requirement for war mounts should be removed, and all that should be done to replace it is just increase the gold cost. Because when it comes to having to level up your horse archers or your heavy cavalry or anything like that, you ideally want to have an insane amount of war mounts, right? You want to have, you know, a good amount of war mounts to be able to do this. Obviously, if you go to a town, apparently a town has a lot more. So we now have 22 of these, you know, specific war mounts available to us, which is really, really nice. But the thing is, I feel like it would be so much better if we actually had the ability to just ignore the horse requirement altogether and just make it so that these, I actually don't know which ones require the war mount. This one requires the war mount. So you can see here, instead of it being 50 gold, right? Instead of it being 50 gold to level them up, I think it should be 500 gold to level them up. Because in that case, that's making a difference in regards to how much the lack of a horse is being offset. You know what I mean? Because a war mount is about 500 gold, I think, isn't it? I mean, at a village, it's 800, but at a town, it's about 600 as far as I can tell. So, yeah. Yeah, no. Basically, increasing it by that would be exceptionally nice, and it would actually add a sense of quality of life that would be super, super good, just because then you don't have to be limited by the amount of mounts. Obviously, I don't know. It very much depends, I guess, on who you are, whether you want there to be an additional obstacle to being able to gain these troops. Because let's face it, in the grand scheme of things, the the money situation, it's not really a big problem. I mean, look at what I've been doing right here. I've literally been spending money left, right, and center, and I am no worse for wear whatsoever, because we are just making money extremely quickly, because we are a mercenary. We're gaining a significant amount of influence from battles. There's very little that we have to worry about in that regard. So if the war mount requirement was removed, which generally I think quite a few people would appreciate, then the increased cost would be, I think, pretty decent. I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, I'm just gonna sell my prisoners right here. But yeah, also the other thing that would be kind of funny to do, if you wanted to kind of have, shall we say, a little bit of a difference in regards to how you gain noble troops, is you could literally just capture them. You could just do battle against people and just capture them and then convert them to your side. Obviously, that would be further exacerbated by a variety of perks that you can take that will make it a lot faster for you to convert things. You know, I gotta say, it actually makes a huge difference to have cavalry in your army. It really does. It's actually shocking how much faster you end up moving. And generally, I'm not sure. Does that make sense? Does that make sense from a sort of like realistic perspective? Because let's face it, if you provide horses for all of your people, right? You provide horses for all of your infantry, all of your archers, every single person in your army, surely you would be moving about the same? Maybe? I don't know. I guess it depends. If you're an experienced cavalry person, then maybe not, you know, because experienced cavalry person probably going to be a little bit better at moving your horse, you know, relatively quickly, right? At least that's the idea anyway. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if these guys are actually going to attack me. I highly doubt it. They're probably going to stay extremely passive. Yeah. Yes, it's a little bit annoying when they stay passive like this, but, you know, that's how it goes. Alright, hello. Hello there. What are we doing? What are we doing over here? Okay, so it seems to me like I am going to go for a big slash. Nice, that was a good one. I like that. And now if we can do this. Ooh, that was a nice one if it had hit. Yeah, see, now that's the funny thing. Generally, whenever we do a thing like that, or whenever someone does something like that and they go, oh yes, that would have been nice if it had done this. Yeah, well, it would have been, actually. It would have been. But obviously it didn't. It didn't hit. So of course it's not nice. It's great. That's always funny. Alright, well, let's see. Maybe. Ooh, no, I tried really hard right there. Never mind. It's all good. It's all good. We're still alive. We can try it again. I am being shot really quite dramatically, though, so I'm not a big fan of that. If we can help that. I'm gonna actually try to use my horse archers a little bit more here. My archers will be starting to fire in just a second. Nice. There we go. I can't believe I didn't level up from that. Didn't gain any throwing skill or riding skill whatsoever from that. It's kind of weird. Okay, let's tell these guys, charge in. They're gonna go and do a little bit of something with us, and hopefully we will be able to kill this guy in just a second as well. Oh, wow, I am so bad at using these today. I don't know why. Should probably just stick to my two-handed for now. Let's tell the infantry to charge in, meet the enemy's infantry in combat so that we don't have our archers being assaulted a little bit. Nice, good damage. I've got to remember that we're not actually fighting against, you know, Khuzate horse archers, because I keep thinking these guys are actually my enemies, but clearly they're not, as you can tell. So, quite funny. But yeah, look at how easy that was. As soon as we told our people to charge in and be aggressive, you see exactly what's happened? Everything's absolutely fine. Look at this. Absolutely fine. No problems whatsoever. And that just goes to show. That's the reason why the AI is so weird when it comes to doing those kinds of things, because they hold position for way too long. They just wait at the back of the bus, as it were, and they don't really do much. And that actually ends up getting them killed. It ends up getting them losses when there otherwise wouldn't be a loss. You know, it's really, really weird. Anyway, we now have some horse requirements. Horse, what is it? Horse resources? Yeah, that's it. Horse resources, so we should be completely fine. What do we got going on here? Do we have another random event? Yeah, we do. Okay, I heard a sound, and I was like, oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Your Empire troops ask if they can take charge of the burial of the Empire in the enemy's ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin, even if they fought in a bad cause. Now this, I gotta say, I actually really, really like. I think this is actually a very cool random event, because this is drawing attention to the fact that you yourself have Empire people in your party, and you're also fighting against Empire. This is an extremely cool, shall we say, contextual event, because it makes it so that you it's drawing attention to the fact that you have a kind of like a, not civil war situation going on in your hands, but you have, like, you know, same units against same units, basically. And I think that that is really, really awesome. I think that is super fun, actually. So we are going to say, grant the request, as there is no shame in honoring a valiant foe. And I do believe that, yes. There is no shame in honoring a valiant foe. I mean, especially considering they are basically the same people. They are from the same country, technically. So, you know, they technically would be... I feel like they would be feeling pretty bad about it, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Because technically we're a mercenary and we're forcing these guys to fight against their countrymen, which is probably not the greatest thing to do, but they don't mind, you know, they don't mind. It's a mercenary's life. Wow, I gotta say, the amount of speed that we have is so crazy. It's just absolutely bonkers. I mean, really, I don't even know how much it's giving us, to be honest. Cavalry is giving us plus 31, and footmen on horses is giving us 35, but obviously we don't have that many cavalry. But yeah, that is an insane amount. I gotta say, I actually should probably end up doing that in the future as well. I should probably try to at least have a small number, just a small number of cavalry, a small number of cavalry in my party, no matter what kind of composition I'm going for at the time. This is hilarious. Look, have you seen this? Have you seen what's actually going on here? What are these what are these guys doing? This is hilarious. Okay, they're literally just like wedged in between these two rocks. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've heard of a rock and a hard place, but what about a rock and a rock place? Eh? All right, yeah. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, we're going to actually fight around this. These guys are they're probably not going to want to attack us, to be honest. They probably won't want to do that, but I'm going to try and see if we can maybe bait them into it. Let's have a look. Not sure what that guy's doing, running around me in circles, but alright. Okay, are these guys actually going to come towards us? No, they're not. They're not. No, they are even going so far as to move away from us, in actual fact. Very strange. Alright. Right. Let's see. Well, what can we do? What can we do? Well, I guess we could take advantage of the river in the middle. Yes. The river in the middle of the map. That kind of makes sense, right? Kind of makes a little bit of sense. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, there's actually a bridge? Wow, that's crazy. Alright, yeah, bridge? Give me that. Thanks very much. This is actually an extremely small bridge as well, which makes it even better for us, technically. But obviously the opponent is probably not going to be too pleased about doing anything in this regard, so we do have to be a little bit careful, I guess. Let's put hold fire on our archers for the moment. Let's get our infantry over here. Archers somewhere around about here. Well, the horse archers are probably not going to be particularly useful here, but... yeah, well, maybe we can, you know, tell them to skirmish or something like that. Okay, now let's see if we can maybe do a little bit of a bait. I'm probably going to get shot in the face, by the way. I'm just warning you now. I'm not really trying super hard to stay alive, just purely because I'm trying out some additional things here, and I'm trying out, you know, see if we can maybe see what the AI is up to when it comes to the auto-delegate. Obviously, I could stay alive for that, and maybe they would act... You know what? Let's try it out, okay? If I survive here, if I live... Let's try it out. My archers are taking an age to get over here. For some reason. Yeah, there we go. Now we can actually tell them to hold... well, not hold position, but, you know, they can fire at will. And let's see if they're actually going to do that. Yep, they are actually doing that. Can you please headshot them? Can you please kill them? Yeah, we're not getting particularly lucky in that regard, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's not exactly great. Okay, so we're going to hold fire. Let's see what we can get going on here. I kind of want them to come down here, because this would be an insanely fun place to fight. Not even specifically for me, but just generally. It's just nice to have a unique area that you can fight in. Okay, you know what? Let's skirmish with our horse archers. Do I really have to go across? Okay, fine. I will go across then. I'm not a big fan of doing that because generally we're walking into a disadvantageous position. But yeah, I mean, what else can I do really? Nice hit. Yeah, miss. Yeah. Yeah, okay. What is going on with me? I don't know. I'm usually not that terrible when it comes to thrown weapons, but apparently today something's going on. Something weird is happening right there. Okay, so fire at will. Let's do it. I wanted to try to lull them into a full sense of security by not firing at them, and now we are going to fire at them. So hopefully my forces will have a pretty easy time of staying alive. Wow, these guys are mostly peasants. That's actually the main reason why this guy did not want to fight us. Is that one of me? Yeah, that's one of mine, of course. I couldn't see the colors. I couldn't see the colors. Never mind. Alright. Let's see. We could probably take care of this guy. There we go. That was nice and easy. That fellow too. This fellow is the leader, so I'll probably try to murder him if I can. Wow, the amount of bashing and sound effects that are coming over from the shields being bombarded by our archers, absolutely menacing. But apparently we're not destroying them for some reason, even though these guys are pretty low level. But this is the reason why having horse archers actually makes a huge amount of sense, especially when it comes to having archers on your side as well, because you can have the horse archers circle around and actually deal damage while your archers are bombarding them from the front. Very fun, actually. Very fun style of gameplay right here. So I'm actually, yeah, I'm pretty much liking that. I like that a great deal. Okay, oh, nice level up. Very good. Good work, Bruce. We're actually getting some decent medicine skill as well now. I'm not entirely sure how, but sure. Okay, I have no idea who I'm actually attacking right now, so I'm just randomly swinging. Okay, yeah, we should be absolutely fine here, though. Yeah, we've lost 6 people. What did we lose? Yep, just noble sons. That's actually okay. We don't have to worry about that too much. And there it is. A victory. And another 40 influence. Bear in mind, every single point of influence gives us 300 gold. Just bear that in mind. It's crazy good. Crazy good money. So we are going to let this guy go once again. And yeah, he's got some good prisoners. Yeah, well, a handful of good prisoners at the very least. Not a huge amount. I think what I'll do, because we're kind of close to Western Empire territory, I am actually going to take 14 of these guys. And we are actually kind of close to Azerai territory too. So we could potentially go over to this town over here. And we might be able to sell our prisoners over there. And maybe, just maybe, we'll come across another vassal from the Southern Empire. I did actually spot this guy coming out of Danustica, and I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be great. You know, maybe we can actually fight him here. No. No, he decided to run in there multiple times. And I had to literally, basically leave the entire area before he would decide to come out. And then, and only then, was I able to ambush him effectively. Which, obviously, he was not very pleased about. Anyway, let's see. Actually, this is some pretty good armor, right? No, he's actually wearing better. She's actually wearing worse, so I think we can probably give her that. And what about Mr. Pelosaur? This is much better for him. There we go. He's using slightly worse, I guess. And we could give him a helmet. He doesn't actually have a helmet for some reason. There we go. Let's give him a shield. Yes, the best shield in the world. That's what we're giving him right now. Let's give him this mace. Let's give him a spear as well. There we go. All right. What is he actually good at, by the way? Oh, he's got 136 in leadership. He has 120 in charm as well. 120 in throwing skill. Wow, he's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually very, very surprised about that. Okay, so yeah, we could sell everything else. I guess we could give him these thrown weapons, even though they're not going to do anything. These are just simple javelins. They're really going to do very little damage. So I should probably pick him up some proper thrown weapons, like some actual proper thrown weapons, like really good ones, like harpoons or something like that. That would probably make all the sense in the world, considering he does have some pretty decent thrown weapon skill. Anyway, that is actually going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.